For KBRFradio.com News, I'm Derek Sidian, and this is the weekly news recap, brought to you by Fergus Falls Monument, online at foreverstonememorials.com, memorials that matter. A man is in custody after a high-speed chase with Fergus Falls police. 42-year-old Raphael Buenfil of Fergus Falls was arrested on Friday, March 28th after being accused of driving away from officers at high speeds in a stolen vehicle. According to court documents, a Fergus Falls police officer witnessed a white Lexus with temporary dealer plates speeding down South Cascade Street. The officer attempted a traffic stop, but despite traveling 45 miles per hour, the Lexus was pulling away from them. The officer says the vehicle ignored a stop sign while quickly turning onto Highway 210, before speeding off at over 100 miles per hour. The officer says they stopped pursuing the Lexus after it turned onto Pebble Lake Road. Shortly after, a state trooper saw the vehicle turn onto Big Chief Road, which is a dead end. More officers arrived, and they found the Lexus unoccupied at the Big Chief truck stop. Police say they located Buenfil at the gas station and arrested him. He had been seen getting into the vehicle shortly before the pursuit. They also say a baggie containing 14.8 grams of methamphetamine was found in the vehicle. Court documents say police reached out to the dealership in Richfield that the plates on the Lexus were from. Staff members say Buenfil had been on a test drive of the vehicle on March 26th, and they did not realize he had taken a set of keys and the vehicle off the lot without permission. They then filed the vehicle as stolen. Buenfil is charged with fleeing law enforcement, third-degree possession of drugs, and failing to fulfill registration as a predatory offender. Buenfil has multiple previous convictions of drug possession and fleeing law enforcement. A man from Underwood has been sentenced for having hundreds of grams of illegal drugs. 24-year-old Zachary Seberg was arrested last September after state troopers say they found a bag of drugs in his vehicle during a traffic stop in Fergus Falls. Court documents say troopers found 264 grams of methamphetamine, 24 grams of cocaine, and suspected fentanyl in the black bag. They also say there were needles and a baggie of M30 fentanyl pills in the car's center console. On Monday, Seberg was sentenced to 65 months at the Minnesota Corrections Facility in St. Cloud for first-degree drug possession. He pled guilty to the charge in February as part of a plea agreement with Otter Tail County prosecutors. Canadian Pacific Kansas City Railway, Otter Tail County, the City of Fergus, and township officials met at Fergus City Hall to discuss ongoing rail crossing delay issues. Fergus Mayor Dwight Lundgren and township officials expressed frustration about the extended delays at the Main Street and Frazee Avenue crossing, citing concerns about public safety and the inconvenience to residents. Canadian Pacific Senior Manager of Community Affairs Andy Cummings says the railway is aware of the issue and is focused on working with the city and county to develop a solution. Residents are encouraged to continue to report delays of 10 minutes or more. Over $7 million in funding has been awarded to the city of Henning for two critical water infrastructure improvement projects. On Wednesday, State Senator Jordan Rasmussen announced that the Minnesota Public Facilities Authority has approved the funding for a project financing package for the city of Henning to rehabilitate its aging water treatment facility. Henning Mayor Jesse Herman says the city is grateful to receive this funding package for the updated water plant. Quote, "Funding of this nature makes these large projects affordable for a community our size and helps keep down the cost of living for our residents. We would face significant financial difficulty if we had to fund projects like this on our own." End quote. Henning's water treatment facility has exceeded its expected lifespan, leading to periodic water quality issues and costly frequent maintenance. Significant repairs are needed to ensure reliable service for residents. However, the high cost of upgrades has caused delays. Now with this funding, Henning can move forward with these essential improvements without burdening city finances. A house fire in Fergus Falls has left a homeowner displaced. The Fergus Falls Fire Department responded to a report of smoke and fire coming from a home near the Riverside Waterfowl Sanctuary Thursday afternoon. Upon arrival, firefighters say they could see smoke coming from the attic and fire along the eaves. Inside the home, crews found a woman asleep and unaware of the smoke around her and got her and several dogs out. Fire Chief Ryan Muckow says fire damage was confined to the roof and exterior walls on the second level. However, due to the damage, the house cannot be occupied. Muckow says the damage is estimated to cost $20,000. He also says the fire was unintentional, resulting from embers from an exterior fireplace chimney igniting the house's wooden eaves. Muckow encourages homeowners to test their smoke alarms and replace them if they are not operating. The Minnesota Department of Transportation is asking people not to disturb aerial photography targets as crews begin aerial mapping 2 highways. Starting this month, MnDOT will be surveying Highway 78 from north of Ottertail to Battle Lake and Highway 75 from north of Graceville to Ortonville. MnDOT Public Affairs Coordinator Emma Olson says the survey process relies on clear observations and must be conducted after the snow has melted but before the trees leaf out. In order to obtain accurate aerial mapping, Olson says crews paint large white X targets on paved surfaces and place plastic or fabric targets on unpaved surfaces. MnDOT requests that landowners not remove or disturb the targets until the photography is complete. MnDOT has also announced this week that the eastbound lanes of I-94 from Rothsay to Fergus Falls will be resurfaced this year. The $22 million project will go from just west of County Road 11 near Rothsay to Highway 59 near Fergus Falls. MnDOT says drivers can expect head-to-head traffic through the project area and a temporary closure of the Exit 50 on-ramp near the junction of Highway 59 and County Road 88. The project is scheduled to begin in May and wrap up in November. Lake Region Healthcare is launching a pilot program that will prescribe food for people with diabetes. Participants of the food prescription pilot program will be able to pick up a box of food in Fergus Falls once every 2 weeks for 6 months, starting in mid-May. The boxes will include healthy food staples, and during summer months will include fresh produce from the Lake Region Community Garden. Participants will receive recipes that call for the ingredients in the food boxes and will also be invited to participate in hands-on food prep and receive instruction on cooking and grocery shopping for better health. Dr. Bruce Money, an internal medicine physician at Lake Region Healthcare, says, quote, "The connection between diet and health is so powerful. Access to high-quality food is essential for people and communities to thrive, and there is good evidence behind food as medicine to improve health outcomes. I'm excited to write these food prescriptions for patients because we're able to take the concept further than just encouraging people to eat healthier. Here, we can remove barriers people might have to accessing healthy food and also teach basic, useful skills. We're not just giving a man a fish, as they say, we're able to teach him how to shop for and cook the healthiest version of that fish as well." End quote. Anyone with a diabetes diagnosis and a current A1C of 8.0 or higher is eligible to apply, and registration is limited to the first 30 eligible applicants. This has been the Weekly News Recap, brought to you by Fergus Falls Monument, online at foreverstonememorials.com, memorials that matter. For KBRFradio.com News, I'm Derek Sidian. Tune in every Friday at 12:30 on KBRFradio.com or on the Fergus Now app to stay up to date with local news. Get more news at KBRFradio.com. Sign up for email news sent right to your inbox, delivered by Cooper's Office Supply.